welcome to LMU Community TV News. We hope you're having a great week. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Thank you for joining us. As part of the Arts in the Gap summer projects, the Appalachian Shakespeare Project is preparing their summer play, and this year the play is Taming of the Shrew. It will be set in Cumberland Gap during the time of Daniel Boone and his passage through the Appalachian Trail. To give us more information about the play, here is Theater Director and Professor Mark McGinley.
Started this last year. It was a collaborative effort between myself and Dr. Natalie Spar, who's in our English department. I originally had the idea when I was talking to her out in the hallway, and she was doing an Appalachian literature class, and she mentioned that as part of extra credit for one of her tests, she had her students adapt, I guess you would say, Puck's final monologue from Midsummer Night's Dream from Elizabethan English into the Appalachian dialect. And I thought, hey, that was really neat. What if we did a whole show like that? And so the project sort of sprang from that conversation, and last year we did As You Like It. This year we're doing Taming of the Shrew with the same sort of idea. We've had a team from LMU's English department update Shakespeare's script from the Elizabethan era, and Taming of the Shrew happens in Italy. We've set it in the Cumberland Gap just after the Revolutionary War. The team has updated the language, updated place names and flora and fauna references to really root it right here in Cumberland Gap. The set work and most of the art that's being done for this show is done by a recent LMU graduate. And in fact, most of the set is up already, and it's actually kind of neat. It's a changeable thing. I got the idea from pop-up books that I've been reading my daughter. And so sections of the wall fold out and it changes the scene. The wall folds out and it's a townscape, and then the wall folds out and there's a giant waterfall. And we did this because we believe that Shakespearean stories aren't just stories about people from Scotland or people in Italy or people in the south of France. They're stories about young people in love, and they're stories about good people who find themselves in terrible situations, and they're stories about humanity in general. We wanted to find a way to connect classic dramatic literature with our audience. The dates for the show will be July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, July 8th, 9th, and 10th, and we will begin at 6 o'clock, and that's at Burkow Park in Cumberland Gap. It's absolutely free. Just show up and bring a lawn chair. Bring something to sit on. There are some picnic tables there at the park, but they tend to go quick, so bring your own lawn chair.
Now, if you would like more information, you can email Mr. McGinley at mark.mcginley@lmunet.edu. The 8th Annual Lincoln Memorial University DeBuss College of Osteopathic Medicine Golden Scalpel Golf Tournament is scheduled for Friday, July 29th at Wauseato Winds Golf Course in Pineville. The tournament begins with a shotgun start at 9:30 a.m. All proceeds from the tournament will benefit the Ray E. Stowers annual LMU DCOM Scholarship. The scholarship supports the mission of LMU DCOM by providing financial assistance to LMU DCOM students from the Appalachian region with the greatest financial need. This tournament's title sponsor is D. Royal Industries. Tournament registration is $500 for a team of 4 and $400 for a team of 4 with LMU student IDs or LMU DCOM alumni. Individual registration is $125 per person or $100 for LMU students with ID or LMU DCOM alumni. Registration does include your green fees, cart rental, range balls, and food and drink. Prizes will be awarded to the first, second, third, and last place teams. Prizes will also be awarded to individuals for the longest drive, closest to the pin, and hole-in-one. Registration is available online at alumni.lmunet.edu/2016 Golden Scalpel. Sponsorships are still available. For more information, you can contact Amy Drittler, which is the Director of Alumni Services, at 423-869-6252, or send her an email at amy.drittler@lmunet.edu. Each week, the LMU Garden Club offers regular meetings on Monday night at 6 o'clock at the Garden. You can learn about the Canning College classes and more ideas for the program as they continue to grow. Over the last few weeks, the Garden has made an amazing amount of progress with about 2,000 foot of beans staked and trellised along with a lot of work on the raised beds. The LMU Garden has a list of events coming up for those who want to attend. Today and tomorrow they will be cutting hay and plowing. Now, produce that is grown from the garden is shared with local families and community food banks. The LMU Organic Garden is managed by Bill Clayton and Sue Granger. For more information on the organization, you can call Bill at 423-441-9133. The Lincoln Memorial University School of Business is holding an information session on Thursday, June 30th in downtown Knoxville at the LMU Duncan School of Law. The event is scheduled to begin at 6:30 and will focus on two LMU programs launching in August: the Master of Science degree in Business Analytics and the Doctor of Business Administration. Both programs will be based at the LMU Duncan School of Law with a mixture of night and online classes to make them accessible for working professionals. The information session will give interested parties the opportunity to meet the faculty and program administrators and also gather information about admissions and financial aid. Application fees will be waived for those in attendance. For more information about the undergraduate, graduate, and professional programs available at LMU, you can contact the Office of Admissions at 423-869-6280 or email admissions@lmunet.edu. Well, with the arrival of summer, safety is key, and right after these messages, we will have information that you need to know to have a great summer. Keep it right here.
College. It can seem a million miles away. But what if you could get help with your tuition expenses? Get help filling out all those applications and finding a major that fits. All of a sudden, the impossible becomes possible. Visit collegefortn.org today. College. You can get there from here.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's gonna happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Well, there was some big news for the campus of Lincoln Memorial University and the Harrogate community. AT&T has added a new cell tower to its 4G LTE network. The addition will give customers faster, more reliable wireless service for the community. The changes will help Harrogate customers get the most out of their mobile devices with the 4G LTE service. They'll see better service when watching videos, posting to social media, or texting friends and family. AT&T says it constantly invests in its network to give customers the high-quality services they need to stay connected. Now, this helps Tennesseans get the best possible experience over the AT&T network, whether at home, at work, or even on the go. Well, don't let children be the only ones to have all the fun this summer. Exercise Your Mind is the theme of the Middlesboro Library's 2016 Adult Summer Reading Program. You can join in this summer for book discussions, movies, programs, puzzles, and activities that will keep your mind and body active. The program launched on June 20th and will continue through August 12th. All events are free and open to the public, but to register, you must be at least 16 years old. You can pick up one or both Summer Bingo Challenge cards, Reading Challenge Bingo, or the Wellness Challenge Bingo, and you can win prizes for activities in both of those challenges. The library will be closed, though, August 1st through the 6th for inventory. Now, movie days are continuing throughout the summer, and popcorn and drinks are always provided, and that schedule is July 7th, 11th, and 21st at 10 in the mornings. Something new that was added this summer is the Coloring Club for adults. This gives you the chance to de-stress and relax. Materials and supplies are provided, but you are welcome to bring your own. Those dates are July 1st, 15th, and 29th. Now, for more information on the programs and the bingo challenges, including the program times, rules, and/or to register, you can stop by the library or call 606-248-4812. Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency biologists and officers ask Tennesseans to educate themselves and their neighbors about proper behavior in bear country. It is the time of year when young male bears are often looking for a new territory with the onset of summer and the increase in outdoor activities. Hiking, camping, grilling, and even gardening leave the potential for bear-human interactions. Bears that become habitated to human food pose a much greater human threat, and the smell of grease on a grill, ripe vegetables in a garden, trash, and even bird feeders not only attract bears, but they also provide easy meals. Once the bears get that easy meal, it doesn't forget. They will travel impressive distances to return to an area where they have easily already found food. Bears accustomed to foods provided by humans are easily conditioned and are far more likely to lose their lives because of that threat. Following a few guidelines can decrease negative interactions and help bears stay wild. Here are a few things to help bears and humans stay safe. Do not purposely feed a bear. Store garbage in bear-proof containers or in a manner that is inaccessible to bears. Remove uneaten pet food from outside areas or even feed your pets indoors. Do not add greasy foods to your compost piles or compost in bear-proof containers. Keep cooking grills clean and stored indoors when not in use. Now, for more information on bear safety, you can visit bebearaware.org. With the arrival of summer, that means plenty of opportunities for outdoor fun and adventures across Tennessee. The Tennessee Department of Health reminds Tennesseans that preventing tick and mosquito bites, while always important, is far more crucial this year in light of the international concerns about Zika virus. There is no vaccine to prevent Zika virus disease and no medicine to cure it. While its symptoms are mild in most people, it can cause a birth defect if a mother is infected with it while pregnant. To prevent mosquito and tick bites, the TDH recommends to put any sunscreens on first, then apply repellents to skin. These often include lotions, liquids, or sprays. The TDH and the CDC recommend use of a repellent that contains DEET. Wear long, loose, and light-colored clothes, and that includes shirts and pants. Wear closed shoes or boots instead of sandals. In locations lacking window screens and or the use of air conditioning, the use of bed nets is advised. In camping situation, make sure tent screens are in good repair, zip flaps, and make sure mosquitoes have not gotten inside. Avoid perfumes, colognes, and products with fragrances that might attract mosquitoes. Now, the mission of the Tennessee Department of Health is to promote, protect, and improve the health and prosperity of the people in Tennessee. To learn more about the Tennessee Department of Health Services and programs, visit www.tn.gov/health. Authorities are continuing to ask for the public's help in locating a Claiborne County man who has been missing for more than 2 weeks. We will have information on how you can help right after this break.
This is why you get by on 4 hours sleep. Why you took a second job. This is why you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing and spend hours juggling the bills. This is why you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Now more options are available. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert today.
Local officials are continuing to ask for the public's help in locating a missing man. Eugene J. Elmore, also known as Jack, was last seen on Monday, June 13th. According to a release from the Claiborne Sheriff's Department, Elmore has early signs of dementia and requires assistance to move around. He is a 78-year-old white male standing 6'1" and weighs approximately 200 pounds with gray hair and brown eyes. The vehicle owned by Elmore is described to be a 2002 Dodge Ram 1500 quad cab, black in color, with a Tennessee tag number of 013 Boy Nora Boy, and has chrome step rails. Elmore is believed to currently be in this vehicle, possibly in a wooded area or farm in or near the Claiborne and Union County areas. He was last seen at approximately 6:30 p.m. in the Clouds and Midway community. He was wearing carpenter-style blue jeans, a short-sleeve plaid button-up shirt, and beige-colored slip-on shoes. The Claiborne County Sheriff's Office is requesting that all farmers in these communities to please check your property in an attempt to help locate this missing man. If anyone has any information on possible whereabouts or a location, you are asked to call 911 immediately. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives made an arrest related to a case involving trail cameras that were allegedly fixed with explosive devices. 39-year-old Mark Swaff was arrested and lodged in the Laurel County Detention Center. According to police, the search of a residence was made last Tuesday, and the Harlan City Police did assist with that search. A press release was issued 2 weeks ago by the Kentucky State Police that Post 10 was investigating a case involving game cameras equipped with explosive devices. The cameras were placed in wooded areas throughout Harlan County. There is no bond, and the charges were not made available at this time. A joint investigation by several law enforcement agencies has resulted in indictments for a Union County woman. The woman is facing accusations of misusing her position as owner and operator of a medical clinic to commit a variety of crimes, and one of those is identity theft. According to a report from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, agents in its Drug Investigation Division began investigating Christy Lynn Walker, who owned and operated Quality Medical Center in Maynardville in February of 2015. During the course of their investigation, alongside the Union County Sheriff's Office, 8th Judicial District Attorney General's Office, Tennessee Health-Related Boards, and 8th Judicial Drug Task Force, TBI agents developed information that in May of 2014, Walker allegedly used patient identifying information to fraudulently obtain prescription medication for the benefit of other individuals. The Union County Grand Jury recently returned indictments charging the 45-year-old woman with 3 counts of identity theft, 2 counts of possession with intent to deliver, 2 counts of fraudulent attempt to obtain controlled substances, 2 counts of prescription fraud, and 1 count of forgery. A Bell County woman found herself behind bars after police say that she stabbed her husband in the chest with a steak knife. 40-year-old Rhonda Case of Middlesboro is charged with first-degree assault, domestic violence, and is lodged in the Bell County Detention Center. According to officers, the case intentionally caused serious physical injury to her husband by the use of a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, which was a steak knife. 33-year-old Tyson Case was stabbed in the chest, and that resulted in him being treated by Middlesboro EMS before being flown to the University of Tennessee Medical Center. The police state that the altercation occurred from a verbal dispute over prescription medicine that escalated to the physical dispute that resulted in the husband's injuries. Authorities say that the husband does indeed want to prosecute his wife. Now keep it right here on LMU Community TV News, because Brandon Burke has the very latest on sports from around campus and several camps that are currently going on and ones that are coming up. Stay right here.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go along, son.
it's always worth it.
Whoa!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. The whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Welcome back. The 2016 summer camps around the campus of Lincoln Memorial University have been in full swing in the past few weeks. The Women's Basketball Elite Camp 2 took place over the weekend on Friday and Saturday, and there are still several more camps happening in the coming weeks. On Monday, the Women's Basketball Individual Camp as well as the Softball Summer Camp will begin. The Women's Basketball Camp, hosted by Lady Rail Splitter head coach Crystal Evans in Tex Turner Arena, is open to boys and girls aged 7 through 14. The event begins on Monday, June 27th and will run through this Wednesday, June 29th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. All players will receive individual coaching in areas such as ball handling, passing, shooting, and defense. This will be the final camp of the summer of 2016 at LMU for women's basketball. Also beginning on Monday, June 27th is the Softball Summer Camp at Lincoln Memorial University. The overnight camp is open to all athletes entering 9th through 12th grade. Each player will receive coaching in all aspects of the game, including hitting, base running, short game, throwing, fielding, and overall game strategy. The camp will run through this Thursday, June 30th at the Dorothy Neely Field on the campus of LMU. This will be the only softball summer camp of 2016, and to find out more information about the upcoming camps of this summer, you can visit www.lmurailsplitters.com, find the Fans Central tab, and click on Camps. The 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series continued yesterday afternoon at the Sonoma Raceway in Sonoma, California, and it was Tony Stewart who pulled off a stunning victory, snapping an 84-race drought without a first-place finish, the first time that Stewart came out on top since June 2013 in Dover, Delaware. Denny Hamlin finished in second place, taking the lead on Stewart in the final lap. However, Stewart was able to prevail. Joey Logano, Carl Edwards, and Martin Truex Jr. rounded out the rest of the top 5 in Sonoma. And with the win, Tony Stewart currently sits in 17th place in the Sprint Cup standings, the first spot in the cutoff for the Sprint Cup. Kyle Busch leads the standings, followed by Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski. Saturday, July 2nd, we'll see the next race in the Sprint Cup Series at the famous Daytona International Speedway. The 2016 College Baseball World Series Finals Game 1 will take place Monday night at 7 p.m. in Omaha, Nebraska. In this year's series, it will be two unlikely teams facing off against each other as the Arizona Wildcats take on the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. Both teams are coming out of the loser's side of the bracket. However, 2 Game 3 victories for Arizona and Coastal Carolina over Oklahoma State and TCU, respectively, have put them in the National Championship Series. Game 2 will be Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, while Game 3, if necessary, will be held on Wednesday night at 8. It will be a historic win for either team, as Arizona is looking for its first championship since 2012, and Coastal Carolina is attempting to grasp their first College World Series title in program history. The Tennessee Smokies will finish up their 5-game series with the Pensacola Blue Wahoos on Monday evening, and so far the series is tied at 2 games apiece. Pensacola picked up the first win of the series on Thursday, 6-4, while the Smokies prevailed on Friday by the score of 4-1. The Blue Wahoos would win again on Saturday, again 6-4, and Tennessee tied the series at 2-2 on Sunday by picking up the win 3-0. Game 5 between the Smokies and the Blue Wahoos is set for a 7:05 p.m. start time, and Tennessee will then head to Jacksonville, Florida on Wednesday for another 5-game series with the Suns. Game 1 is set for 12:05 p.m., while Game 2 on Thursday will begin at 7:05 p.m. That's all for sports this weekend, but stay tuned as Joseph Lewis will be here after the break to let you know if Finding Dory kept swimming at the top of the box office right here on LMU Community TV News.
College. It can seem a million miles away. But what if you could get help with your tuition expenses? Get help filling out all those applications and finding a major that fits. All of a sudden, the impossible becomes possible. Visit collegefortn.org today. College. You can get there from here.
Joseph Lewis bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops at the box office this weekend were led once again by Finding Dory, Pixar's long-awaited sequel to their modern classic Finding Nemo, adding $73 million onto its $286 million domestic gross. The film has stormed the multiplexes for 2 weeks in a row now on a wave of critical hype in combination with equal interest from today's kids and the adults who grew up watching the previous film. All signs point to Finding Dory quickly topping the sizable $339 million domestic gross of its predecessor. Following at number 2 was newcomer Independence Day Resurgence with a $41 million opening figure, somewhat underwhelming considering the 2 decades of awareness facilitated by the first film, as well as the fact that in 1996, the original Independence Day opened to $50 million thanks to its promise of spectacle, along with the appeal of then rising star Will Smith. Reviews have not been kind to the sci-fi sequel, with many stating that the impressive special effects are the only bright spot in an otherwise cliched and unnecessary follow-up. And rounding out the top 3 was Central Intelligence, the Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart starring buddy comedy, adding another $18 million onto its now $69 million domestic gross. The film has now easily turned a profit in light of its modest production budget, and it's worth noting that the film has received stronger reviews than any other Kevin Hart vehicle of the past few years, the general consensus being that the film wrings original jokes out of a relatively worn-out premise. Coming in at number 4 was the Blake Lively starring shark-centric survival thriller The Shallows, starting its run with $16 million and breaking even with its low budget almost immediately. The Shallows has been received positively by critics with its tense, minimalist filmmaking and Blake Lively's largely one-man show performance acting as major selling points. Finishing out the top 5 was the Civil War drama Free State of Jones, and seemingly not even the presence of leading man Matthew McConaughey could keep this one afloat at the box office, as it pulled a meager $7 million for the 3 days. The film has been welcomed by shockingly poor reviews, the film taking heat for feeling like a flat, made-for-TV style message movie despite the good intentions of its story. The Conjuring 2 and Now You See Me 2 are both on the downswing after a successful run, pulling $7 million and $5 million respectively, while the weekend grosses of other large-scale titles, including X-Men Apocalypse, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, and Alice Through the Looking Glass, have all fallen below the $3 million mark. The other story for this weekend was The Neon Demon, the latest candy-colored psychodrama from Drive director Nicholas Winding Refn, unexpectedly being wheeled out in a 783-screen wide release by Broad Green Pictures. However, the studio's financial risk failed to pay off, as the film's total take for the weekend sits at a paltry $606,000 with an embarrassing per-screen average of $775. The Neon Demon has proven to be polarizing with both critics and audiences, hewing closer to the alienating, indulgent style of the director's previous film, Only God Forgives, than his lone mainstream hit, Drive. Next weekend heralds the 4th of July holiday, and with it comes the release of Steven Spielberg's latest fantasy, The BFG, Warner's action-oriented The Legend of Tarzan, and the horror sequel The Purge Election Year, as well as the expansion of the offbeat Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe starring dramedy Swiss Army Man. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
And that is going to do it for this week's LMU Community TV News.
Thank you for joining us. We will see you on Thursday.
For everyone here behind the scenes, I'm Ashley Hurley, and this is Brandon Burke. Have a great week.